What should you look for if you're buying a house in St. Kitts or any other place that you're buying? Well, first of all, if you move to the Caribbean, one thing that you need to know that you're going to have some eye-popping views on different views on properties and stuff. And one of the things I would tell you, first of all, if you don't look for something that's got really good views, you're just killing yourself. I see so many people look strictly at price, which is the dumbest thing in the world. They'll try to find the cheapest thing in an area, but it has no views. That's the dumbest thing you can do. I know one guy that was years ago, he bought this property that was real down, it was real low. Had absolutely no views, no wind, and when he resold it 10 years later, he couldn't get rid of it. And the reason is, the reason people weren't buying it when he was selecting it, those reasons didn't change. So you got to remember, the negatives that you see in the house that's making the house real cheap, you're going to have the same issues when you resell it yourself. You know, there are houses that are down low that have no views. Folks, that's a no-brainer. Don't pick those. First of all, you ought to be picking, if you're looking at value, look at houses that either, I'll be honest with you, I don't even like oceanfront. Oceanfront can get old after a while, unless it's high up. If it's high up, that's different. But it's down low, it literally gets boring after a while. And if it's too close to the ocean, you're going to have a lot of rust, and where you're having to change a lot of things a lot of the time. One thing that you don't get ever used to that you love is high views overlooking the mountains and the ocean. I'm gonna tell you, I've got a house that's got those views, and I've been there for 14 years. I never ever get tired of those views. And this is the thing that people are going to look for when they're selecting a house. And always get a house. I've said this before in other videos. Get a house that's got a big slant in the front. Because if you get something that's not on a slant and there's an empty lot in front of you, obviously somebody will probably build there one day and they're going to block you out. And this is something you got to really consider, because if you don't, it's going to end up being very costly for you down the road. So you want to always be trying to get something that does have on a slant, where it's going to throw the person so far in front of you, if the lot has not been, there's not a house in front of you, where that slant's so big, it's going to throw him way down low, where it's not going to block you out. Another thing, as I mentioned before, when you get a house, this is what you hear, the dogs in the background right there, you're going to get dogs. And this is one problem that you've got. Some people don't mind it. I've had some people say on these notifications, Tom, you don't like dogs? Why don't you like dogs? No, it's just I like to be able to sleep at night. Then some people complain, they say, Tom, what are all those dogs that are barking? What are those? Everybody's, well, the thing is, you're going to have this. That's why I'm bringing it up to you. Okay, dog on this side, dog on this side over here. Okay, so if you're in a planned unit development, in a condo unit, you're not going to have this. Okay, and this is something you're going to have to get used to. They're going to let you know it. So when you're picking a house, you have these dogs that bark. You need to take that in consideration, because when someone comes and looks at your house and there's somebody with dogs across the street barking, I'm going to tell you something, it's going to have an effect when you resell your property, okay? Also, you would think a standalone house might do better. Not in all cases. In fact, a lot of cases it won't, because some people that go to the Caribbean, they want to be able to take off and leave and not have to worry. They want some sort of full-time maintenance crew dealing with her house or their apartment, whatever it is. So this is something you got to look at, and what kind of headaches that you won't have to put up with. See, these are things that you need to take in consideration when you're purchasing a house or a condo or whatever. So also, if you will go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions. We deal with people that make at least $150,000 US dollars a year, and or they got a net worth of at least 1 million US. And just hit that top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit the bottom bar that says send it to us. We'll get back with you. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And don't forget to hit the subscription button and the notification button right next to that subscribe button. And if you got a question or comment, just put it below and I'll get back with you. Okay, now I'm going down here now. I'm in Frigate Bay. Now I want to give you some examples of what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a lot here that's for sale. Okay, you get a lot like this for sale. It's got virtually no view at all. Okay, and it's not selling. It's been sitting here for a long time. Okay, and this land on the other side, same way. It's nothing. It's just basically in Frigate Bay. There is no view. You don't have anything. Even if you build your house up high, you're going to barely see maybe just the edge of the ocean. But there's so many other places with killer views that you're not gonna that you're gonna have incredible views. Why would you pick something down low? Well, it's cheaper, Tom. Well, you know, the thing is, when you resell it, it's gonna be cheap for you too. Okay, next guy's gonna look at it the same way. I'd be looking at value where you got killer views. That's what's gonna knock their eyes out when they buy your property. And the key is to try to be looking for properties like that and not views that are down low that that don't have a good view. And this is the key thing that I would be telling you, you know. But a lot of people just don't look for that, and it ends up then they can't sell it when they resell it themselves. But I would tell you also, when you buy a property, I would be making sure that you don't buy where the roosters. I would not buy in areas that I think that's going to be. I think places that have roosters are going to be very difficult to resell. You know, I have some people come down here with wild hares and they want to go out in the outer areas where, you know, it's just a lot of roosters and stuff like this. It's very hard to sleep at night. You can deal with that noise fine. If you can't, then I wouldn't be buying properties in those areas. Ultra cheap, but this is what you're going to be dealing with. Okay. Now, to my knowledge, there are no roosters that are allowed here in Frigate Bay. Okay. I've never heard one in my life, and I don't think they would last over here anyway. But the key thing is, if you want to cut back on noise and dogs, roosters, anything like this, you're really better off being in a planned unit development, or you can pick a house like, you know, out in the resort areas. But I'm telling you, you're going to probably have somebody close to you that's going to be having barking dogs. So this is something you got to consider. Anyway, if you got a question or comment, just put it below. I would like to hear from you. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell and the subscription button. And don't forget to go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit that top bar that says apply with us and fill out those questions. Hit the bottom bar that says send it to us. We'll get back with you. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.